Hello everybody, this is Tycooners Steve back for the third episode of this Let's Play. Here we are in the food stand area that we began or finished last time. So people are moving around it just fine, having no problem getting in, so we can move on from this point. And we're going to go down this pathway here and start in our next exhibit. That's right, we're going to put in some actual animals this time. What animals, you ask? Well, we are going to put in some Nile crocodiles. Nile crocodiles I like because, back in the first episode I asked if that tree was going to block off the grass. Yeah, apparently it does. So we have our answer at long last. The thrilling conclusion to the saga of does the tree stop the peacocks from getting to the grass. So let's move this real quick. Behind that fern there, it should be fine. Okay, so crisis averted. So back to our Nile crocodile exhibit, which is going to go right about here on the other side of where those peacocks were. And the reason I was excited for this is because it was mentioned in the chat for the last video as a suggestion for an animal type we should do. And I realized on my channel I had never done a hybrid exhibit that has both water and land in it, which could be a little tricky to do in Zoo Tycoon 2. So I figured now would be a good chance to show you how to do that and to put in our next exhibit. So that's what we're going to do here. Okay, so pause the game there because, I don't like people walking through the exhibit. And here is how we'll do it. First, one of the key things is you really need to make sure the land is flattened. I'm pretty sure it's all smooth right now, but for now, let's double check that. It's looking pretty good. Okay. And so it's a multi-step process here. First, we're going to just pick a low fence here. Yeah, the supporting wall is fine. To outline our exhibit. So step one is we will just do the outline of the fence. This isn't going to be our final thing, but just so I know how much space I'm using. I make it a little wider. That's too much. Okay, yeah, go to there. And crocodiles are fairly big, so it needs to be a decent-sized exhibit. Let's go ahead and make a copy of that so it's the right length. Is that deep enough? Yeah, I think so. Okay. So, alright, so first thing you do is go ahead and put down that initial fence, and then we go ahead into our habitat editor, and we need to actually raise the ground inside up. And you want it, the way I'm doing this particular one, it's one of several ways you can do a hybrid exhibit like this. But I like to do it this way for the crocodiles because it's going to give us a good view of both the shallow water that they like to swim in and the land. So we need to raise the land inside our exhibit to about the right same height as if we go into guest mode here. It should be right at almost head level, which is good. That's the right height we've got going right here. So now I'll switch to the habitat editor and I'll change this from dirt to shallow water, which is going to raise up the fence around it, but we just want to color in the entire area with shallow water here. Going around, making sure there's no land left to get in our way. And that sort of raises it up and makes sure everything's even there, and make sure I get all the edges. Very good. And we'll put in some dirt because, crocodiles do actually go on land, and that's where we're going to have to put their food. And we'll leave the water up front. That's probably a little too much land. Let me take some of that away and put in some more shallow water here. Okay. And now this front area that's closest to us is going to be where the guests go in to view the animals, and we're going to change that fence out now for some tank walls. Because we need tank walls, because what we're going to do is then flatten the terrain so that the bottom of the water matches the bottom of the walkway that we're going to be putting here, and I screwed that up. Let me undo that. You don't want to drag down the actual part that's still fence, which I did at that corner. So there we go. So you'll notice like the last two parts of the tank walls on either side look like they're angled upwards, which is what we actually want. And let's go down here and make sure. No, that's not quite even yet. Let me go back up. Might take me a few chances to get this exactly straight, but we'll get it here. Alright, so obviously what I do is just put down the flattened tool on the outside of the fence, which is even, and then just drag it through the water there. And now when we come in, yeah, now it's looking right. I've still got a little lip there on that one side, but it's getting all nice and flush. So let's take away that little bit that's left. Yep, looking good, looking good. And I don't think I'm going to keep that supporting wall. Let's, what should I use instead? Not an aviary, no. Oh, you know what I need to do first here? Let's actually outline the exhibit. So I'm going to go ahead and just box off sort of the areas that are a little rough looking that I don't really want the guests to see. And we're just going to draw it completely around, just a one space depth on the outside here. And then kind of make a little box around where the tank starts to go upwards, so you don't have to actually see that when you're walking through the exhibit, and that will make it look a little nicer. So we'll do that there. And let's go ahead and put in our path now. Do I need the cornered one? No, I need the straight one. So we'll just go ahead and lay down our path area here. This is where you're going to be able to walk up and actually see the exhibit, and actually hopefully see some crocodiles swimming right in front of you. 3 deep should be enough. Yeah, it's plenty of room. And now we'll go ahead and connect the pathway up. And I'm not going to do just a straight path. We're going to have a little zig here, just to keep it a little more interesting. And yeah, kind of go around the long way. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And so we'll walk into the exhibit. Let's actually make that 4 wide. Do I like that? Yeah, that's gonna be good. Okay, and pathway too thick because the single thick path always looks too thin to me. Here. And then just connect it, and nope, I should have gone with the rounded corners. Now that I'm looking at it, that's awful. What were we thinking? Terrible disaster. Let's go with the rounded corners here, so it looks like the path is just kind of curving instead of the sharp 45-degree angles. To even it out. Okay, perfect. So there we go. We got a nice path going to our newest exhibit now. Okay, let's go ahead. You know what? It's gonna look. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna make this into a. You can tell this one I haven't had planned out as much. I don't do crocodiles as much as I did like the other 2 exhibits I started with, so I'm kind of doing it spitballing here. So I'll probably make a few mistakes, and you might have to watch me correct it along the way. But we're gonna make like a little a house area for the guests to actually go into, so it's not just like they walk a big wall of glass. There's something there for them to actually step into. Makes it a little more realistic, because that's how I think that's how I would do it if I was actually making a zoo. So that's what I'm going to do here. And yeah, I'm not going to keep that type of wall. Let's try this low hedge fence. No, get up there. Get up. Get up. There we go. That isn't exactly symmetrical, is it? I did something wrong. Oh well, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I'm okay with that. And let's go ahead and grab our animals to make sure we're putting in the correct foods and shelters and everything they need. Here's the Nile crocodile. This is just the regular Zoo Tycoon content one, so there are plenty of different crocodiles and alligators out there, but this one's fine. I'm going to use it. And we'll switch the water and the biome to make it happy. It's yeah, wetlands. Here, just paint that in. Good, good, good. They don't have any shelters, right? Nope, nope. They just kind of go to sleep under the water. But let's use one of these prey dummies here, just in case they need some entertainment, because otherwise we just have to switch to the live bait, and I hate live bait because you have to keep refilling it. And some food. I don't know why the crocodiles don't ever have like an underwater food. It's always kind of weird. I guess they usually come on land to eat. I don't know, because you always see them like, you know, grabbing a gazelle and dragging it into the water. But whatever. Okay. Okay, yeah, put this log, trying to decorate. Don't forget to decorate under the water. If you are doing an exhibit like this, it has both. Don't spend all your time just doing the land and then completely ignore the water area. It's not a perfect water bottom. You know, if you came to an actual river, there would be rocks, there would be trees, there would be logs, things that fell down. Let me smooth this area back out, because the surface right now is kind of blocking the view. Yeah, that's good. And let me grab some rocks here. These ones that are like moss stained, I think those are going to look best. Yeah, that looks good. I just can't see. There we go. Zoomed out. And it sticks out of the water a little bit. That's fine. That's just fine. And let me put another one in on the other side. It's a little different. Something like that. Okay. I'm liking that. So there we go with our rocks. Yeah, that's enough. Switch to plants here. Trying to find me some lily pads. Oh, you know what? I'm seeing this tree. I really like this tree, why it's here, so I don't have to like spend last episode hunting for a tree. I'm just going to put them in now in this space here between our outer wall and the low hedge wall that we put in. So it's going to give us a nice background foliage here for the display. Yeah, I really like to use this tree a lot. I know a lot of people like to do the back of their displays with rocks, which is a perfectly good thing to do if you put in like a low fence and a whole bunch of rocks. But since I'm doing it as sort of this two-story thing, and plus I put it so close to the, really, that's the main thing. I put it so close to the peacocks, I don't think I have enough room for rocks. I'd probably interfere with the hitbox, and then no one could get in, or the peacocks couldn't reach one of their things, or something silly like that. So we're going to use these plants. They look great. They fit perfectly well, and I'm going to unpause right now and just take a look. And, oh, I do not like how that low hedge fence looks. That does not look good at all, now that I see it at this level. Oh! Oh, 100th Zoo guest. Wow, we've reached a real milestone together. 100 guests. But, let's get rid of this ugly wall that is not working at all. Let's see, what kind of wall should I put in then? Maybe I should just go with like the black border fence, which is like a little black line that's hard to see. Oh, you know what? Maybe these rock fences. These low here, that might work well. Here, before I put it all in, let's take a peek and see what it actually looks like here. Yeah, that's pretty good. You can see the other trees I put in the background fairly high over that. That's what we'll use instead of the low hedge. We'll use the rock fence. Alrighty. Yeah, that's not quite a perfect mirror. I guess I did one too. Oh well, I'm letting it go. It's too far. We've come too far to turn back now. Alright, and now we'll go ahead. Is there any trees? That one has to be on land, so maybe a mangrove. You know what? I don't think I like that. Do I like that? Do I like that? I don't, it seems like it's too tall. No, I don't like it. I'm going... maybe not with logs. Let's just use the plants. Ah, here's some lily pads. That's what we were talking about earlier. Lily pads. And, so, like, in nature, if you have lily pads, they tend to grow up around the edges, and then when they break free, they'll catch on rocks and stuff. So when I put them down, I usually put them around a rock formation or put them on the edge of the water. I think it looks a little better. No, I don't like that at all. What else can we decorate this with? Sawgrass. That's usable. Do we have any taller plants than the sawgrass, though? There's papyrus. Yeah, I think that's probably gonna be the right. Yeah, that's a good height. So we'll stagger these things around the edge there, and of course we'll use them to block off the food so it doesn't look like it doesn't look so artificial. I think we'll build just kind of patches throughout. Here, hide fish, and then we'll use the wall here. One there to hide the water bass. That's fine. Put some in the corner here so it's not so obvious that I'm just hiding things. Bulrushes in the water. Nah, it's too deep there, so forget that. And we'll use that sawgrass too. So it's another thrilling episode of you watching me put down plants, which, yeah, it's not bad. I'm probably not going to harp on it too much because I think it is educative to see how I choose to put down my plants. Like, you'll notice I'm kind of following the walls there, and like I said before, I tend to keep the front area clear just so you can see the animals. Although it's not going to be a big thing in this exhibit because the front area is going to be all the water. And oh, I do not like you had to be right on top of it for that papyrus to render correctly, and even now they don't look that great. So I think I'm going to take out the papyrus and we'll just pipe in some more sedge grass and take its place. Alright, let's get rid of these things. And some sawgrass. I keep calling it sedge grass. It is sawgrass. Completely different. I don't know why, but yes, completely different. They look different. Oh, here's more papyrus. Let me get rid of these. And how does that look? Yeah, that's fine. There's some papyruses left over there, but that's fine. Yeah. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's pause it and zoom out. Okay. So I think I'm going to do is work on the guest area now. So let's go ahead and put a roof over that. Yeah, I'll take this darker roof this time. We won't use that bamboo one I used earlier. I think it's going to fit a little bit more with crocodiles. For some reason, darker wood says crocodiles to me. I don't know why. But now I've got those annoying tank wall things. So let me finish this. Okay. And I'm still going to change the outline of the dark wood here to look more like that thatched area, maybe. Gotta have the best of both worlds, I guess. Okay, there's that, and now we need to lower that tank wall slightly just to get rid of that annoying white thing that comes up when tank walls are against elevator baths. And the entrance I'm seeing... Well, here, let's just do the inside of the gated area right now. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in donation box. Certainly want those in challenge mode. Again, in sandbox mode, I still think they're helpful because you can monitor which exhibits are popular. If nobody's donating to the exhibit, it means that there's a problem, the guests aren't getting it. But and we want to make sure the guests are happy. It's a zoo, and zoos are as much for the people as for the animals. So we'll go ahead and put down some benches for there, a donation box, and I'll grab one of these. Do not tap on the glass signs. And you'll notice I put down the donation box and that sign in front of where the posts are in the tank wall, just so they're not blocking any extra view. Just a little something to make it a little bit nicer, a little bit easier to see the animals. Yeah, and the entrance, the actual like door area for the guest to walk in is way too wide, so I'm going to make it seem a little skinnier by adding in these placeable posts. And just go Going to make it seem like it's being buttressed here with these guys. One there. Good. And we'll put the other one right here. Right there. There we go. Still looks a little wide. I don't want to... Okay, I know what I'll do. Is I will grab the windowed version of that light brown fence. 3 high? Yep, 3 high. And I'll use that for that area. There we go. Now it's looking more like a actual exhibit pavilion. Let's go down here and take a look at the inside and make sure it's all looking right for us. Yeah, that's looking like a fine entrance right there. I like that a lot. Okay. How should we proceed next? I'm gonna make... Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put in these angled pathways. I think it's going to make it... Or angled fences, not pathways. I think it's gonna make the exhibit look a little nicer. It's just kind of an aesthetic thing. You might like them, you might not, but it's one of those things where it's in my zoo. That's just going to catch my eye a little bit better. And one other touch I want to put in here. I think this is where they are. I think they're in the buildings. Nope, they are not there. They must be in the scenery tab. Let's continue. Yep, oh, there they are right there. It's the metal railings. These are staircase railings. They come with Snow Leo's equipment, not the Combi Patch, the equipment. But anytime there's glass, since I'm putting up the sign, don't tap on it and everything, I'm also going to put this railing here. That way it kind of prevents people from leaning against the glass or doing something silly like that. So let's go ahead and then... Okay, I'm thinking what I want to do next is decorate the path leading to our new crocodile exhibit. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. What I might do is put a cut in here so you don't have to watch me. This is already going a little long. Oh crap, let me fix these first. Yeah, I hate it when plants stick out of walls, so you're just going to have to deal with my OCD here. But for the pathway leading to the exhibit, I'm just going to do the same thing I've been doing. The royal ferns for the short stuff, the Russian thistles for the medium, put bamboo in the background, and then the English oaks for the top. And you know what? Now that I'm looking at this, it actually occurs to me that this pathway is a little short because you're going to see those trees poking out. So I'm going to switch this outside fence from a 3 to a 4 height. So let's do that real quick. And just go right on over the top. Nope, we don't want to merge it with the peacock exhibit. Okay, so there we go. I think that's a little nicer. What else? Anything else I need to do now? Maybe I should... Oh, that would be good for the background. Yeah, let's go ahead and use my backgrounds. These come from the Sophie Rubin, I think is Zeta Designs, it's their site. I know I've got a link to them in my description box. It's always there. Definitely check them out. That's where all of my like wooden fences come from and everything. But I'm gonna use these. Whoops. I'm gonna. Nope. Stay. Nope. Yeah. Okay. Now it's personal. Let's move over. And I'm going to come at it from the other side. And I'm going to use these just to give it a green background. I tend to avoid using them in actual exhibits because they actually take up the entire space. Like the hitbox that they in front of can actually screw with the animals. Excuse me. But I'm going to put them in here since I got that space in there anyway that I got the trees in. So this will be nice. And like I said, just go to Zeta Designs or search for Ruben and Sophie Designs for Zoo Tycoon 2 or hit the link in my box. And you're going to get these panels, which are really good for terrariums and stuff. But I'm going to use them here just to make sure there's green, green, green in the background. Of course, it now clashes with the fact that those are 4 highs instead of 3, and they only go 3 high, but oh well, I'm going to live with it. So you're going to have to live with it too. Alright, so I got the backgrounds in there. Let me unpause, and I've done a few things. Let me... Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Liking it a lot. Liking it a lot. This is turning out at least as well as I hoped for, if not better. Let me go ahead and smooth this out, though. I want my crocodiles to actually be able to walk down into the ground, so I need to kind of make a graduated plane, so it's not just a sheer cliff. Because they'll be able to get into the water, but sometimes they have trouble getting out of the water if you don't give them a smooth path to walk up. Okay. So now... maybe I should use these blinds over the... No, you know what? That's going to look terrible. It's not the right color, so we're not going to do blinds. What we are going to do is go ahead and fence off the path that's heading to this exhibit. So let me grab our old trusty low wooden bar fence here and just kind of drag it along our zigzaggy path. And do I want to end it here and then leave us like a little space where we can put down? No, I don't want to do anything special there, so I'm just going to, yeah, go ahead and just attach it like that. I think that's the way to do it. And we'll go ahead and start it on the other side here. Oh, and I realized once again I should have used the curved path instead of the straight cornered path, so I'm going to have to go fix that real quick. But yeah, let's just finish off the fence here, so I'm not deselecting, reselecting, and wasting your time, and wasting my time. Okay. And get the curved path once more. And is that going to be enough? Just that? Nope, I'm going to have to do it the other way too. Okay. So there we go. Okay, so there we go. Got the fence in. Yeah, this video is going long, so I'm going to go ahead and do the foliage around the path there, but I'm going to put a cut in here so you don't have to watch it. So I'll see you in just a moment. Okay, so now I've got all those trees and thistles and ferns and bamboo in. You know, it's making that nice wall that I like, that makes it look really lush and green. For the other side of the path, I've made a decision, which I may live to regret, but I decided I'm going to make this path follow a river. So we'll go ahead and just grab... No, I need the temperate grassland. Just go ahead and grab the shallow water for the temperate grassland path, and just kind of map it to this side of the fence. And we'll just wrap it around here. And that's going to make that area look a little bit different. I don't know if I'll keep it. I might get frustrated and just revert it back. But I like that a lot. I think it's going to look pretty good if we're following this nice river as we're walking through our zoo. It'll give us an excuse to do some decorative things like bridges and stuff like that. Speaking of decorative things, here's a little trick I'm going to put in here that I like to do. And now I realize I put in too much foliage while you were away. You should have tried to stop me, but you couldn't because I put a cut in. So what I'll do is put in a little pond here. Just click once to make a circle. Whoops, that circle was too big and actually interfered with our pathway. So it didn't make a perfect circle, and that kind of messes me up a little bit. So I'm just going to redo this in 1 second. Shallow, a little bit smaller of a circle. And put a little pond there. And we are going to go ahead then and grab a fountain and put the fountain in the actual pond. This always looks really neat to me. I always kind of like that. That's a very small pond, so I'll probably go with a smaller fountain. If I can find any fountains at all. I think they're right. Yep, here they are. Probably not one that comes from Zoo Tycoon, Zoo Tycoon 2 content. Yeah, we'll use the Colonial Fountain here. It's a little bit smaller. Oh, it fits it almost perfectly. Fantastic. The ones that actually come with the game are all pretty big or square-shaped, so no, I'm just going to fill the rest of this area back in. Put in a thistle, a couple ferns. Just right in this area here. Just so it doesn't look like we neglected it. Is that good? Yeah, that's fine. Right? Right, yeah. Okay, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Even though you can't really see the pond because it's so small. But you can walk down and see our beautiful river now. That we're going to obviously put something on the other side of that river. We might even put in exhibits on that side of the river, which are just kind of more dangerous animals that we don't want our guests touching. So we'll have the river as a natural barricade. So I've jabbered on long enough. This video is long enough. Let's not delay anymore. Let's put in our Nile crocodiles. And so we're just going to put in one pair. Back in the Zoo Tycoon 1 days, Nile crocodiles were actually the most important thing. Back in those days, the way you made money in the game was to sell off animals, and like Nile crocodiles and flamingos were the most bang for your buck. So I always get a little nostalgic for Zoo Tycoon 1 when I put in either flamingos or crocodiles. Just, you know, back in the long, long ago when I was but a wee little tycooner. Okay, we'll make this... a flaw to my design I might notice is that there's really no good path for the zookeeper in and out. So just to keep the zookeeper there, I am not even going to make an exit for that zookeeper. And you probably can't see it because by now I probably coded this and you have that www.bandicam.com thing at the top. But I just got to notice that one of our zookeepers couldn't reach the bird poop. And it was Keeper... Oh, it was Keeper Odell. The reason they couldn't reach it is because the problem I was just mentioning. Yeah, Zookeeper Odell essentially has to live the rest of her life inside this exhibit. There's just no good way to put an entrance in and out. So I'm sorry to her. It's more of a show and tell exhibit than an actual functioning one, but them's the breaks. So, you know, hopefully, now that she has to live there, it will motivate her to take good care of the crocodiles, make sure they don't get hungry. Alright, but let's check out what we did today. So we'll leave the food court area, walk along this path. We've got our foliage to the left, our river to the right. And as we make the bend around this corner, we've got our nice little fountain that's kind of sunken in a miniature pond. Do I still like the entrance here? Yes, I do. Looks in. And this is our Nile crocodile exhibit. There they are. The crocodiles are happy. And I kind of want to wait around for a second just to make sure they can get into the water, no problem. Right now they're going to their food, and there's our ever-trapped zookeeper. We wish Zookeeper Odell good luck in her continued adventures as a permanent inhabitant of the crocodile exhibit. And, okay, they're heading to the water. This is good. And still walking. You can tell the animation will change when they're swimming. There, yep. Okay, so they got in. They're swimming just fine. You can see them swimming well, and it looks exactly like I wanted to, where you can see their feet dangling, but their heads are still above. So yeah, excellent. That's my crocodile exhibit. Thank you for joining us, or joining me at least, once again. Take a good look at our zoo, as like I do at the end of it. If you have any suggestions for further ones, again, the crocodiles were suggested in the comments. If you have an animal you want next time, leave it in the comments. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. This is Zoo Tycooner Steve out. Have a great day.